Um, You'll be able to see in the chat box here, kind of who your audience is for the that's on the line today. We have a few that are women-owned businesses themselves, and then I think we have Snowy Mountain Development Corporation. So I think they probably help a lot of women-owned businesses. But let me introduce myself. Sorry for those technical difficulties, you guys, and sorry that we had to reschedule in December as well. My name is Shayna Blazer. I'm the director of the Montana Women's Business Center. I am located in Bozeman, Montana, but I get to help women entrepreneurs across the state. One of my most asked questions from clients is, will a woman-owned business certification help me in my business? And Shannon Hahn, who will be our presenter today, is one avenue for women-owned certifications. But I will allow Lillian Sunwell with the Great Falls Economic Development Authority to introduce Shannon. And Lillian is a part of another economic development corporation within the state, but she works a lot with the government contracting entity. So we've kind of teamed up together on these microlearning series to help our small businesses in the realm of government contracting. So thank you so much for your patience today, ladies, and I hope you gain a lot of information from this session. Lillian, thank you.
Thanks, Sheena. I appreciate it. And welcome, Shannon. I've known her for a long time, and she's been working with the Montana Department of Transportation under the DBE program. And I am going to just turn it over to her and let her tell us about it and how it can help women businesses. Go ahead, Shannon.
Can we have a little introduction about who's on here so I can kind of tell what they're going to want and what they need a little bit more? Can we start with Tana? Can we start with you?
Sure. Yeah. My company is Latitude Ventures SkyCycle, and we're a wellness tech company and have been in touch, would be connecting with airports in terms of being a concession within the airport environment.
Okay, great. Christine?
Hi, my name is Kristen Heilman. I am the owner of Granite Peak Environmental. We are an environmental consulting company, and we are bidding on contracts, both federal and state private contracts, and would just love to know more about certification and how to get, registered with the DOT's DBE database and listserv.
Perfect. Sasha?
I'm Sasha Woods from Livingston. I've got a small spice and chocolate manufacturing company, but I've spoken to a gal who said that my spices and whatnot might be good as a concession in some of the little airports, in the airport shops. So that's why I'm looking into the DBE.
Perfect. Annette?
Sorry, new to this. Hi, I'm Annette Niffen. I'm from Sweetgrass Development. I am onboarding, so I'm trying to learn as much as I can what's going on out there.
Sweet. Who else is on from Snowy Mountain? Carly, are you on from Snowy Mountain? Josie? No? Okay, Crystal.
Hi there. I provide leadership and team development consulting currently through subcontracts and with some federal government agencies, but really interested in learning more about certification for my company.
Okay. And Barb? Barb, can you tell us a little bit about your company? Okay, and then we've got the number last 4 digits, 2551. I don't know who that is.
Unmute. I'm a self-employed entrepreneur. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I was in insurance, so we'll see where we go.
Okay. And then the phone number. Do we have the phone number 2551? Is there anybody on there on that? Okay, so let me first start off by saying that so the Department of Transportation, everybody thinks it's weird that Department of Transportation does a certification for small businesses, and it kind of is. So what happened is way in the 1980s, the Department of Transportation started looking at where all their money was going to. And they found out that most of their money is going to large white primes. So that means that the big guys are always getting all the money, and they wanted to figure out how to diversify that. So they came up with the DBE program. The DBE program stands for Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Program. And it's mainly for minorities and women-owned companies. There's a couple criteria to the program. One, you have to have a personal net worth of less than 1.32 million. And that's excluding your primary residence and your equity in your business. And the other criteria is that you have to be 51% owner and running the business. So that means you can't just have your name on there as 51% and be working another job. In other words, we've had that happen quite a few times where they just put the women in as 51% and they don't have anything to do with the business. So you have to be involved in the day-to-day operations. Now, if you have an electrical business or a fencing business, do you have to be out there pounding the posts and doing that? No, we're not saying that. That's not it at all. So what you really have to look at is how a certification would help your company, or if it would. So this is primarily state, and then it leads into federal contracting, can lead into federal contracting by going into another program. So our program basically helps you with training. We provide all the training throughout the state to most of the small business development centers, most of the economic development centers. We provide like QuickBooks, we provide bidding and estimating, we provide social media, all kinds of stuff like that. The other thing we do is if you're highway related, and the big thing is being highway related, is we have a reimbursement program. And our reimbursement program is up to $3,500. So what that does is it reimburses you for any kind of training that you would take you or your employees to within that federal fiscal year. It would pay for, if you had to get bonding as a company, it would pay for your bonding. If you had to get professional licenses, any kind of professional licenses that you'd have to have, we pay for those. So there's a lot of things that we reimburse you for. So that really helps out a business. The other thing is that we are the only small business directory in the state of Montana. And the directory, meaning that if a large prime comes into town and they're looking to fulfill a woman business goal, the only directory that they have is ours at the Department of Transportation. There's not one at the Department of Commerce, Department of Labor, none of those places that you can be found. So a directory is big and huge. If you're actually going after MDT contracts, what we can do is put you on a quote request system. And what that does is when primes are looking for different things on a project, they will put in a quote request through our system and it'll automatically go out to you. So you have to figure out if this certification is right for you in a lot of different ways. If you get certified and you're going to do something like being a concessionaire in the airport, you're not going to want to get on the bids. You're not going to want to be on the quote request system because that's never going to come out on a quote request system. Is it a way to get into the concessionaires and the airports? Yes, it is. Right now, we're kind of doing a big push for people with unique items. We've got compression socks in there. We've got, I just forgot the name of the little lentils that are up on on the High Line up there. They're in a couple of the airports now. So we're trying to get at a widespread thing for concessionaires. It's such a hard word for me to say. Concessionaires in the airports. So if you're interested in that, then definitely you'd need to get certified and go from there. And we have other people that can help you with that state. For a lot of people, the certification is not something that you're going to want to do. The certification is 14 pages long. It's nothing grueling as far as, other than having to, get 3 years of your taxes and copy that and get a copy of your bank card showing what kind of, how you're set up as a business, that kind of stuff. So it's nothing that anybody couldn't handle. There are 3 of us in the program. I'm the supportive services part of the program. So I go out and I'm in the field and I do a lot of the training, bring people training. And then we have somebody that handles just the certification part of it. And then we have somebody that handles just like the renewals and that part of it. So what kind of questions do you guys have about the program?
Let me get back here. So it's not quite the nightmare it used to be?
No, it's not quite the nightmare it used to be. It's gotten a lot simpler. They've made it a lot easier. And then all of a sudden, too, the one great thing is once you get certified in your home state, then you can do interstate certification. So if you wanted to get interstate certified and go into Washington, you would already be through the process here. And basically what they do is contact us here and have us send your completed application to them. And then you can get certified in any of the states. I mean, you could get certified in all 50 states if you wanted to, but usually people get certified in the states around them because that's where they're going to be traveling to, or that's where they find the biggest niche. So,
Okay. But you have to have a fairly small net worth.
your personal net worth cannot be over 1.32 million. And that's excluding your primary residence and the equity in your business.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So I don't know if that's really small. I mean, the 8A program is much smaller.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Any other questions?
Is there a cost associated with the application or the certification?
There is not. Everything is free. And we pretty much handhold you through the application. When you send in the application, we don't just send it back denied or you didn't have anything. We'll email you or call you and say, hey, this is what else we need, or how can we help you do this? We walk you right through the whole entire thing. And it's a fairly easy application. It's out on our website. And yeah, really easy to find. Other questions?
Shannon, this is Kristen. And we've actually used the DOT's DBE solicitation service and posted bid solicitations there. And I'm curious, if we get certified, can we, I'm guessing that there's a way to say, here are the types of bid solicitations I'm interested in receiving as part of the DOT's service or program, so that you're not inundated with a lot of different bid solicitations in your email?
I wish that were true.
Okay.
I'd love to tell you that, yeah, you're only getting them for the NAICS codes that you have in your profile, but unfortunately they haven't figured out how to do all that quite yet. And so at this point in time, you get all the bids and the quotes that are on there.
Okay.
And it's not like hundreds of thousands of them a week or anything. I mean, they're, 2 or 3 times a month.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But it is a free service. And like I said, we're more than welcome. We're more than willing to walk you right through it, right over the phone, over Zoom, in person, whatever you need.
And then
So,
Shannon, real quick, one more question. If you do get certified, then do you send us information about the training, for example, that you mentioned, like the QuickBooks training, that sort of thing? and provide updates, or do we need to go through a
No,
separate
we send you
service
out,
like
we send
Lily?
you out the trainings that we do everywhere, so I've traveled the whole entire state. And I do the 8 reservations also, but we send you out every single training that we do. So that includes all the SBDCs, the economic development, people like Snowy Mountain. We work with, I have a new kitten that's going crazy. So yes, we send out all that information to you directly so that you can get it. And another thing is we ask our people that we work with to allow certified DBEs to attend the programs free. But if they don't, then we reimburse you for those trainings anyway. So, but we ask that you be allowed to attend those trainings for free. And also as a DBE is right now we just did a survey and we ask you specifically what your needs are. And some people have different needs than others. And so we're trying to give them one-on-one training for those needs specifically if they need those. So that's pretty helpful also.
That's great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say the best place to start is via your website and sort of look at the application process and begin it, and then reach out to you when we are stuck, for example?
Yeah, that is, I would go on and look at the website and see what you think about it. And then I would call us directly before you start doing any of the paperwork.
Okay.
Yeah. And that the person that you would be calling is, let me see. Hold on just a second. I just had that. The certification. So the certification gal, her name is Stephanie Enos, and she knows these applications inside and out. If I can pull up her number, for some reason I can't. And come on.
Shannon, can you spell Stephanie's last name?
Yes, I can. It's Enochs. And her phone number is 406-444-6042.
And
then
everyone, I'm going to put that in the chat so you can see it
Okay.
here. Hold on.
And then to clarify, the website is on the Prospera website is where this information, the application is.
The application is on the MDT website.
Okay.
So
got
it's
it.
mdt.mt.gov. And you scroll all the way to the bottom of that and you'll see disadvantaged business enterprise and click on that. And then if you wanted to email Stephanie, her email is her last name, ENOCHS@mt.gov.
And is there, so if everything were to go well, the 14 pages were filled out, and what's the, filled out correctly, what is the kind of the turnaround time?
The
as far
turnaround
as-
usually just a couple weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to come out and do an on-site with you. So they'll
Mhm.
either set up to see you in person or they'll do a Zoom with you. 2 people, that's usually Megan and Maggie. And they go through a little list of questions and then boom, you're in. There's a one-time yearly recertification, and that recertification yearly is just to make sure that you're not over the threshold of the 1.32. million.
Thanks.
And that's kind of it in a nutshell. There's a lot more going into it, you know, I mean, as far as getting in depth, but I don't think you guys need that part of it. But I would definitely encourage you to do airport concessionaires. And Christine, I definitely encourage you to look at that application. I think that might be very helpful for you. Not sure about the rest of you guys, but yeah.
And Shannon, can you give us your email and I'll put it in the chat for everybody?
Yeah. I'm just S and then Hahn, HAHN @mt.gov.
All right. Well, it's 11:28. If nobody has any more questions for Shannon, we'll go ahead and end it. We thank you for attending today. We appreciate Shannon's time, giving us a quick update of the DBE program. Sasha, did you have any more questions?
Nope.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
All right.
Yeah,
I do.
just give me a shout out if you have any questions at all. I'm bedridden right now, 24/7 for 2 weeks, so I'll be around.
Shannon, hold on
Yeah.
for just, and I want to ask you some questions when we're done.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I will leave the Zoom meeting up so you can ask her questions, because if I shut it down, then you won't be able to. So, and one more time, is there anybody else that has any questions?
Just one quick one, that there's no time constraints. It's when we dive in and when we work through this process.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks, Shannon.
Thank
And
you,
thanks
Lillian.
everybody for joining.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
All
bye-bye.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks.
So Shannon, you
Yes.
kind of switched. So I used to do women in construction.
Oh,
you-
okay.
Does that ring a bell?
Yes. I used to be in the group over in Great Falls.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and I had inherited an engineering firm. I owned it, but I didn't participate. So back then, so we're saying 18 years ago, 17, the DBEC stuff was just a nightmare, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah, it was. Yes, absolutely.
So
It's not
now-
like that anymore, Barb.
Yeah, so now your position is any woman or minority owned business that wants to do government contracting. We go through you or Krista, Sunwall or whatever. Is there a certain niche? I retired about 4 years ago and I am freaking bored. So I want to do something, but I don't know what, and I don't want it to take all my time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the niche that they're really looking for is they're looking for people to do flagging, striping, guardrails. I mean, they're looking for all kinds of stuff like that.
You've got Petite and you've got.
They're not a DB anymore.
They're not. They sold out.
They went over their personal net worth.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. But
So Petite is looking to hire subs all the time and can't find any subs.
Oh, so Petite is looking for subs?
Yeah, of course, because they have to fulfill the contract with so much DBE people. You're required to use a percentage of DBEs
Okay.
on these contracts. So yeah, they're looking for DBEs all the time.
Okay. Same with highway specialties are there. Okay.
Yeah. Highway specialties, same way. They've already, aged out. I shouldn't say aged out. They already money outed.
Yeah, because they're pretty.
So
Okay.
all those guys are looking for DBEs.
So, but the bonding and stuff on projects like that's got to be freaking expensive.
Yeah, but usually your prime will pick that up for you.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But and that might be your best bet, Barb, is to go over and talk to Highway Specialties or talk to Deb Poteet or one of those guys. And, you
And
know,
I remember them from the insurance world. I mean, Highway Specialties, Great Falls, but I know
Yeah.
they have hiring minorities. So I don't know if I would have a hard time with that too, fulfilling my contract.
well, you would be the sub. So the subs aren't required to get subs.
So I would
So
be,
if you had a business and they hired you, you would be the minority. You would fulfill the DBE portion of that by being this small business, woman-owned business. Then you would not be required to hire women-owned businesses or minority-owned businesses because the prime did.
okay.
If that
Between
makes sense.
don't have to pick. I mean, Poteet's out of Missoula. I'm not in
Right.
Missoula. You know, Highway Specialties is here in Great Falls.
Right.
So would I technically go talk to Carrie?
Yeah, I would go and talk to Carrie.
Okay.
Yeah. See what they need. See if you can fulfill their niche.
Yeah, because that's what I'm looking for. I just
Yeah.
I don't have a business that I need to put someplace,
Right.
create. I want, well, find what people want and fill that void.
Right. Exactly. That's what I do.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I thought. You were a blast from the past. So
We were just talking about women in construction the other day too. And I said, I had the greatest group in Great Falls. Too bad that they, kind of
yeah,
all
and-
retired.
yeah. Well, that's what happened. Katie Hanning became the EO for Great Falls Home Builders.
Uh-huh.
And so I think she said 14 years. She just had a 60th birthday. She's younger than me by a lot.
Uh-huh.
And I think they might have tried to start a new chapter here. They ended up with some engineers from Northwest Energy
Uh-huh.
that were female. I don't know. That's my son's buying me out of Voith Engineering. And I don't know if Voith Engineering, I'm still a partner as far as I know.
Well, we also have another program. It's called the SBE program, and it's a small business enterprise program. So, and it's for basically white males. So if he has a personal net worth of less than 1.32 million, he'd qualify for it.
And would Krista know it? Would Sunwall know anything about this? Lillian, sorry.
Yes, of
Yeah,
course. Lillian
I-
knows. Yeah.
yep.
Okay, so yeah. So Lillian knows me way too well. I don't think Spencer qualifies. His net worth is probably more than that.
That's minus his primary residence and the
Right.
equity in his business. So if
He's
he has a cabin on Flathead, he's probably out.
No, I own that.
Oh.
So, okay.
Yeah, you
well,
can certainly check into that. I mean, you can have your accountant run you a personal net worth and
Our
know right off the bat.
We're in a new accounting firm. Accountants are hard to find.
Yeah. Aren't
Nobody
they?
go into that business because it's boring.
That's true.
Okay, Lillian, maybe we should talk. Are you okay with that?
Sure. Yeah. If I'll send you, what's your new email? And I will send you and you can schedule an appointment with me.
Okay. My
Sounds good, ladies.
me some fits,
Thanks.
right? So go with B Voith. So first initial WOITH 55 at gmail.com till I get
All
my
right.
up and running. Yeah, I would like to. I think I could do this.
I think you could too, Barb.
Okay. Anna, thank you, Lillian.
All right. Thanks,
You're
guys.
welcome. Thanks, Shannon.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Lillian, I'll see you on Friday, if not before.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.